Hi there, Z here, and can I just be honest with you guys here for a moment? Um, I don't know how to do this review. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm supposed to be like dancing here and like being like a little, putting on my little top hat and entertaining you people here, but it's really hard for me to do this review, and I'll tell you why. The fucking hype over this game has been absolutely insane. And I hate hype because it's so hard to meet up to what you're thinking about in your mind. It's like you see the game, you want the game. You get the game, it's not quite the way you were thinking about it up right in your head. And then when you finally realize and critically say, okay, this is what I wanted, and when it didn't deliver on, you realize that's what it was at the original game. So there's a lot of stuff to go through. I'm not going to say it's a terrible game. I'm going to go a lot into it, and this might be actually one of my most in-depth reviews, simply because, like I said, I don't know how to say any of this besides pointing it all out to you guys and letting you decide whether this should be for you or not. So I don't know any other way besides, just saying, let's jump right into it. Oh. Just saying those words got like, there was like, I'm tasting condescension and clickbait. It's, okay, let's just go right into this here. Let's just start the review. And since it's kind of at a more somber tone, let's lighten things up a bit more. I still want to put comedy into these reviews, so I'm gonna throw you guys a joke, huh? How about that? Throw you a joke? You guys like jokes? Good. I've been working on this one for a bit here. So, games journalism. We got roasted! Let's start this review! Alright, so we will start off at the very beginning here with the plot. I'm going to guess that most of you kind of know what Lord of the Rings is and what it means, and if you haven't been in a coma for the past few decades, you'll kind of know the mythology of it, so I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to explain orcs or humans or Gondorians or Rohans. I'm just going to keep going on and expect you guys to know kind of the basis of the mythology. For those of you who have not played the previous game, Shadow of Mordor, this game pretty much sums it up very quickly at the beginning of this game. You are Talion, a Gondorian who was tasked at keeping a wall reinforced from the enemy invasions. You have a wife, a son, a great life, then ding, 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 generic protagonist backstory number 218 occurs. Orcs invade and kill everybody that you love right in front of your eyes. They also kill you too, and you technically die, but you get possessed by an elven spirit called Celebrimbor, who keeps you alive with his ghostly elvish magic, turning you into a being that can never really die. Well, I mean, you do die, but then you just get reincarnated. It doesn't really matter. So in short, you are a zombie possessed by a ghost, turning you into like the best 1980s movie concept ever. But continuing on with the plot in this game, your ghost partner decides to craft you a ring of power so he can always be with you at all times. It's kind of like how that clingy girl kind of gives you a picture with her face in it and a piece of her flesh and like a little heart pendant, and you're supposed to carry it around all day because she just loves you so much. And Celebrimbor, do you got something to say to Talion? I mean, it's okay, man. Just say what you need to say, bud. Anywho, something goes wrong, the lovers are ripped apart from each other, and Talion must go and find him so he doesn't start slowly dying again. Wraith! Where are you? Oh boy, okay, well, I'm glad that the voice acting is still fucking top notch in this fucking game series. Wraith! Where are you? Long story short, Celebrimbor was taken by— Whoa! Oh, my. Who is this pale, perfect princess right here? This sexy seductress of shade. Oh, man, this hefty helping of— Holy fucking shit! Oh, okay. Okay, no, that's Shelob. Okay. Yeah, you guys remember Shelob, that big fucking disgusting spider that almost killed Frodo in the movies? Yeah, in this universe, she's sort of a shape-shifting witch that can kind of turn into a huge-ass spider whenever she wants to scare away the local Mormons. I don't know why they put so much detail into her, but all I gotta say is, I really want to fuck that spider's brains out. Okay, so you give up the ring to save your partner's life, and this is where the plot kind of breaks down, because as soon as you're introduced to the wide open world of this game, That's where the distractions begin. If there's one thing I can say about this game, is that it's a huge time sink. Just huge. Do you want to just do the main plot missions and just get right through the game so you can see the credits as quickly as possible? Hey, there's nothing stopping you here. You go right ahead and focus on them missions. But if you're anything like me, you see all this collectible shit all over the maps, and you think, you know what, why not? You know, it doesn't look that far away. I'll just run there quickly, grab it, and just kind of head right back on track. You know what I mean?
Call to the spiders. You do not hear their call. You are an insult to the great spider!
But then you run into an orc captain who says really rude things about you, and you just can't let that go. You can't let him call you a fagtron and then just walk away, right? So you just think, well, I'm just gonna go kill him real quick. I'll just show him a lesson, you know, kill a couple of his minions so they all know who the master is around here, and then I'll get right back to collecting these parts of a poem or whatever stupid shit I'm trying to collect here. But then you see something else on the map and, oh shit, look, there's two captains that are going to be dueling each other. That might be really neat. I could just wait till they kill each other and then I could collect all the items afterwards. That sounds really fun, yeah? And then you see another mission where you can get some skill points, a pat on the back, some equipment, so you think, oh yeah, I'll do that one here too. And then you learn how to tame animals and you're having a blast running around the landscape, killing a bunch of people mercilessly, and then 5 hours later, and you realize you haven't collected a damn thing! This is where things get a bit tricky to review, because if you have a low attention span like me, you'll have endless amounts of hours killing orcs, doing endless amounts of side questing, you know, gathering materials and looking for better weapons and armor and just living large. But for those of you who are looking more for a focused storyline, you might find the clutter just kind of overwhelming at this point. Okay, this is where I'm gonna have to start breaking stuff down here, because I want to give you guys as much information as I can with the least amount of rambling that I tend to do. You can ask anybody. So I'll put transition slides in and try to stick directly to the subject at hand and blatantly go into each subject so I can just talk about everything separately and leave you guys to determine if it's worth your time or not. Okay, let's start with the first thing, which would be characters and voice acting. It's shit. Okay, it's not all bad, it's not terrible, but you know a game is really bad when orc captains that you kill and you must kill have more personality than your two main protagonist characters. Oh God, they are so boring. Monotonous tones, lofty dialogue with absolutely no fun to it at all. Just two guys devoid of emotion spouting off boredom. Which sucks because these two are great voice actors. Talion is voiced by Troy Baker. To those of you who don't know voice actors and had to look it up like I did, you may know him from other video games that he's voiced. Joel from The Last of Us, Samuel Drake from Uncharted 4, fucking Booker DeWitt from BioShock Infinite. This guy has the chops to be charismatic and entertaining to listen to, but all we get from him in this game is Troy Baker on a cocktail of horse tranquilizers and quaaludes. And Celebrimbor is voiced by Alistair Duncan, a kind of lesser-known actor in the video game world who just plays Alfred in several animated Batman movies and a couple of mainstream movies, so, I mean, he's definitely been around the block. But both of these guys play the worst voice acting fucking ever. I mean, besides the last time they did this game, which they pretty much... On the positive side, though, there is some damn fine voice acting in here, too. Smeagol returns for a bit and is pretty refreshing to see a familiar face. An orc called Ratbag from the previous games bring out some damn fine comic relief, and then properly fucks off somewhere else. And the first captain that you happen to, convince to join your side is named Bruce, and he's just fucking phenomenal. I loved him.
You serve the bright lord now.
Bright Lord, Dark Lord, same thing really. End result's me ripping spines out, which I like to do anyway, so either way's a win.
Which really hurts my brain, because if I groan because a good character has left and I'm stuck with the main character's edge and edgier, that's a huge fucking problem. Oh, Zach, you knave, I hear you say. Middle-earth games have always been about the gameplay. No one cares about the plot or the characters or the voice acting. Great. Great, then just fucking release a sandbox with no main plot then, okay? Just make an online-only game with stupid memorpica missions like bring me back 18 orc scrotins and you'll receive your prize. Kind of fucking idiocy. Don't give me that. Not saying that the plot doesn't pick up after a while, because it does. Some interesting missions are thrown in there every once in a while, and the overall progression of this game is fairly well executed, but with main characters I don't give a shit about at the helm, I really don't care if this game of a ship floats or fucking sinks. But let's just talk about the gameplay, since really that is the true and major selling point of these games. Anyone who doesn't know how these games work, I'll just run it down for you real quick. For every area that you go to, there's a group of captains, war chiefs, and a commander. You can go around and kill as many as you want, but if enough time lapses or you die, the gears start turning. If a captain kills you, they get a generous few levels up and the boast of them killing you and better weapons or more bodyguards, because they know that most gamers will come back with unbridled rage to get the revenge as quickly as they can. If it's a common unit that kills you, hey, they get upgraded to captain, and like before, it's showered with a bunch of benefits. It's actually a really, really neat concept originally, but nothing really different has happened since the last game setup. You just try to pretty much genocide an entire army before they recruit more units or recoup their losses. And since we're talking about the orc captains, I want to talk about them specifically because they really keep this game going.
You have no right to kill my boys. That pleasure is reserved for me. I hardly know who to begin with, but I know just who to finish with.
First off, voice acting is great. There's like 8 or 9 people who do all voice acting for every single one of them. Lots of different lines too, so you don't have to hear the same 3 lines 100 different times for all the captains that you're gonna kill, or as I like to call it, the Elder Scrolls syndrome. And they also have preconditions that make the game feel more random. Let's just say that you just slayed a captain, right? You take all of his gear, you kill his minions, and are about to run away when another captain stops you a good 6 levels higher from the one that you just killed and tells you that you just killed his blood brother and he's here for revenge. The randomness of these encounters makes it feel refreshing and damn fun to fight through. And again, for those of you who have never played the first Middle-earth game, each captain has their weaknesses and strengths. These can range from a fear of a certain animal or takes massive damages from fire, to the immunity from ranged attacks, or whenever you finish the final blow, they come back to life for round 2. They just have different things like that. But how do you figure out these weaknesses and strengths, Zach? Are you just supposed to shoot a dart into the darkness? Okay, so no. You have to interrogate underlings and force them to tell you about the specific pros and cons of a target that you have in mind. So, let's throw out this scenario. You're having trouble with a certain captain. He's killed you many, many times because he's just too strong, and he keeps getting stronger and stronger because you keep feeding him levels. Look for an orc with this symbol on their head. Chase them down and, just tickle them until they tell you what your enemy's least favorite ice cream flavor is. Then, you go ahead and gently let him go, give him a slap on the butt, go to the nearest come and go, buy a pint of it, coat your sword with it, and properly shove it straight up his asshole until he farts vanilla extract. Doesn't this all sound fun and dandy, though? Well, let's go on to the next subject, which would be the upgrades. That should take that fucking smile off your face. Boy, where do I begin? Well, there are multiple different categories that you can upgrade into. There's your wraith abilities, taming animals, your ranged attacks, your physical attacks, your sexual prowess, political corruption, and even learning how to knit like a fucking boss. No, you fucking idiot, I'm not really being serious here. I'm just trying to make a point that there are so many upgrades to put in this game. Really, it's almost overwhelming. I mean, don't get me wrong, the upgrades don't feel bland, and they don't feel like they're just there because it's an RPG game and there's supposed to be skill points in here. Some of them do actually really cool and helpful things. You can upgrade your sword so your special attack bar goes quicker, or teleport into a campfire and create a massive explosion, or even tame animals. Okay, I know I said that I wasn't going to ramble a lot, but a little side ramble right here. Pro tip, put a few points into taming animals. Being on a Karagorn or a Grog or fucking even a dragon makes you feel epic and badass, but it also makes defeating hordes of enemies and even war chiefs feel as fucking easy as fighting a mentally handicapped crippled orphan with glaucoma and AIDS. Wow! Where the fuck did that come from? I should really probably think about getting back to that therapist. Anyway, the upgrades definitely help and are unique to a certain degree, but there's simply so many of them that you'll probably gravitate to a handful of them and just kind of spam them as much as you can to win. Which is fine. I mean, it's been doing really well for me, but if you do want to feel like a walking, talking, ass-kicking encyclopedia of special moves and memorize absolutely all of them and incorporate them into Orc Chief's weaknesses and all that complicating nerd shit, well, the game gives you the ability to do so. Not me, though. I'll be too busy riding around my fucking grog and messing up everybody's day. And in addition to the upgrading skill point system, you can also gather equipment from swords to daggers to cloaks. You get these from completing quests or killing higher leveled orc captains, and it's all pretty simple. They range from common to legendary. Higher the ranking, the more defense and damage that they do, yada 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 yada. Although, the slightly neat thing about these is if you complete a little tiny challenge with a certain item, you can upgrade it and gives you additional stats. So yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a cool thing, but just a small one. Like, it's on like the same level as you have a girlfriend who doesn't have a gag reflex, and yeah, it's cool, but it's not really necessary. But besides defeating orcs and doing missions, that isn't the only way that you can get equipment. There is another way, a more tainted way. Tainted in the sin and darkness of every game developer out there. A way to succeed paved in gold and annoying pop-ups. I am talking about microtransactions. Alright, so let's talk about the microtransaction controversy, since that's something that people really do want to know about for this game. And, at least for me, this breaks down into two different kinds of microtransactions. The cosmetic types that you see in League of Legends and Dota, where it really doesn't change too much of the gameplay. It only makes your character look cooler or sillier or whatever. It gives them more personality than what they do. And in a dick way, the pay-to-win strategy, which, unfortunately, this game definitely looks like it has the latter. Look, microtransactions for me are very, very up and down. I can see both sides in here. The free economy capitalist portion of me gets it. I understand if there's people out there loose enough with their money and want to buy their way to completion because they can't be fucked to play the game properly, it's their right to do so. They could do whatever they wanted. The company is literally saying to these customers, hey, we aren't going to directly inject this heroin into your bloodstream. We're not that kind of people. You could do whatever you want. But we'll just leave the needle right here, right by your nightstand. You can look at it all you want. You can admire it for how it looks, and you can understand that it's going to be a better time for you. But we won't force you to go into your parents' night drawer and steal their money and jam that fucking plunger down on your sick, disgusting arm. No. I mean, at the same time, we'll just chill out here, just in case. But the gamer part of me wants to get these rich casuals off my fucking marketplace, because if you can't put the time into the game to complete it the old-fashioned way, then fuck off back to Bejeweled. But enough about my personal standpoints. Leave your comments down below. Does it affect the gameplay where you need to buy them to finish the game? In all honesty, I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you. I haven't finished the game. I put about 40 hours into this game, and I'm just getting to Act 3. But in those 40 hours, I haven't seen a reason to ever buy any sort of packs. The loot packs are mostly a combination of better equipment and orc leaders that you'll need to raid settlements way later on in the game when you start making your own army. All of that stuff you can already get actually in the game. It just takes some grinding, doing different missions, which give you different sort of loot boxes. So in short, the microtransactions are there just to help you along. You don't need to ever do them. It's just a stupid shortcut for the snobs that are wanting to finish the game quicker. And while we are talking about negatives about this game, let's talk about fucking PC ports and the cancerous shit that is. Why the fuck are PC gamers getting fucked by ports, huh? I don't get it. Is it because Big Console is jealous of us for not having so many frame issues? Is it because shooting games are easier to do on PC than in console? Why do developers hate us so much? Just like multiple games before this one, right off the bat, the game was crippled. As soon as I got into the game, the bass to this game was buzzing my fucking headphones like I stepped into a Dead concert with no treble in sight.
There we go. Oh, man. Middle Earth. I'm finally back. Oh, this is gonna be... I hope this is gonna be good. I hope this is everything that I wanted. Alright. Firebird engine. Sweet. Don't know what the hell that is. That is a lot of fucking companies. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay. Bad start. I am hearing a lot of bass here. Hearing a lot. Fucking hell, that hurts. Yeah, headphones, please. I have headphones on. Don't fucking stop. It's not okay. Back to stereo then? I don't. Bass. Where the fuck is the bass settings here? Ow! Ow! Okay, my fucking headphones are buzzing. The bass is too high! It's too high! How do I change it? This is such a great beginning of a fucking game. Where is it? Wow. Okay. Nope. I'm gonna restart it. Hopefully that's gonna fix it.
It literally took me 20 minutes of surfing on the internet to find out what I'm supposed to be doing here, and the correction here is to make my audio shittier just to play the game. I understand that big games like this, or, well, a lot of what Bethesda puts out, can have some issues. I understand that you can't know every single thing. Maybe a side quest glitches out, or a break in the game makes it easier to manipulate. Whatever, I can understand that there's a little bit of bugs here, but 1 fucking second into the game? Not only that, there were 2 main missions that I had to restart multiple times because the game would crash or it would glitch just so I wouldn't be able to do anything afterwards. You know, it happened when I was recording too, and I think I said it best. After a glitch in the mission a second fucking time, I just broke down.
Oh, fucking shit, yes. Oh, yes! Can't do that yet, but I will take it. Oh, shit, I still have my carrot going. Fuck. Alright, Karagon, let's get you some food. Wait a minute, I'm already here. Might as well take care of the, Okay. Am I supposed to leave first? I already have. I got stuff from him. He's dead. Look. Dead body. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Still nothing? Still nothing. Quests. This is a fucking glitch. If I have to redo that level all over again, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Oh my god! I have to do it all over again. Because the game fucking glitched, I have to do it all over again. Yeah, let's not worry about the fucking people. Let's not worry about the PC port. We got too many console fucking ports to go through. I cannot believe this shit. Every fucking good game out there, of course they have to prioritize the fucking console ports. Oh god, this is so fucking frustrating. The console ports better have had as much problems as I had with this game. It better. I'm gonna be so upset I can puke.
I can't believe it.
I mean, honestly, this has happened with a lot of the Batman games, the Batman Arkham Asylum games. This has happened with plenty of PC ports. I'm sure, I haven't looked at the fucking bullshit. I haven't looked at the statistics, but I'm pretty sure that PC ports have a shit ton, an absolute shit ton of fucking games that they sell, and they're just treating us like the fucking retarded cousin. That's just, oh my god, now the dogs are fucking barking. They're just treating us like the mentally deficient cousins. We're like, oh, we don't really have to worry about them. We don't have to worry about them. We got the PC, we got the consoles to fucking deal with. No. Fix your shit before you start the fucking game. I realize this game's big. I realize it's like a huge game. It looks like it, and it's been acting like it. But for fuck's sake, when there's a quest that I have to do all over again because the PC port decided to not fucking work, I'm hoping that this is also done in the console version. I hope. Oh God, I hope. Yeah, let's do it again, I guess. Even though I fucking did it perfectly before. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it.
Okay, look. This is just me going and closing out this review with some freestyle commentary, okay? I'm just gonna make this nice and quick. I know this review was long, and it's for good reasoning, though. I loved the original game. Sure, the voice acting was also bland in the main characters before, but there was more of a reason. His family just recently died. He had a lot to be dealing with at that time, which would kill a regular man, but for God's sakes, evolve the character! He can still be brooding. He doesn't have to completely get over them and start on with a new family, but for fuck's sake, have him break out of his shell. But besides that, should you get this game? That, man, that one I'm going to leave up to you, actually. This game could annoy a lot of people, but it's also a great time waster. I have no issue with this game being a time waster. Is the plot really just absolutely stupendous? No, not really. I've seen better plots in other games. I've seen better voice acting in other games. But the whole setup of the gameplay, which honestly, that's what you're there for. You're there for games. So I can understand that people are just like, well, I just want to play. I just want to mow through the ranks. I want to, infiltrate the ranks, and I want to kill orcs, and that's all I want to do. And if that's what you're looking for, Godspeed. The plot is doable. It's standard. The voice acting is mostly shit. The gameplay is fantastic. The microtransactions don't get in anybody's way, but if you are one of those people who enjoy microtransactions, take it and run with it. But as of right now, I enjoyed the game. I'm glad that I spent the $60 on it. Is everything the way that I wanted it to be? Like I mentioned at the beginning of the review, absolutely fucking not. It was not. I wanted so much more from this. But was it worth my money? Yes. It's not the second messiah of video games, but it's something that can make you entertained for a good while at least. So, that's the end of me here. I'm sorry about all the wait. I've had to do a lot of shit. It's Broketober, motherfucker. I gotta do things. So, I'm going to be doing more reviews. I'm gonna try to do Fortnite here soon. I'm going to be doing... Oh, I have no idea. What else is coming out here? There's Mario Odyssey. There's Fractured But Whole just came out today. I probably want to do one on that. Oh man, what else? The Wolfenstein. There's plenty out there that I'm going to want to do here. So, I do thank you for sticking around. See, this is what happens when I start rambling. I just don't fucking stop, so I'm going to stop right now!
Brew! Gotcha. Scared you. Scared you.